let me just narrate by what happened yesterday. I went to Starehe constituency district office. I wanted to replace my lost ID, so I went with my abstract and photocopy of my ID. I met the registration officer there, and when I went there, he told me the government has directed us to stop issuing whether new or replacement to any person of Somali origin, whether he was born in Kenya, whether he's from Somalia. I was shocked because I thought I'm going to get my ID replacement very fast. If the government offices or the system is corrupt and I'm suffering because of that, then I had to doubt my whole being Kenya stuff. Because if they are to issue ID card to foreigners, how did that happen? It's the government to answer that, it's not me. But now a whole province of over 130 square kilometers and a population of over 1 million are suffering because of that. Right now, my own cousin, he could not go to college because right now there is nobody issuing ID cards, and you can't go to college without an ID. So, what kind of a pain does someone feel when you have gone to school for 12 years, you want to do the future of your life, that's your career, then you're told you are Somali. The government has stopped issuing ID cards because you're Somali. If other Kenyans were in our shoes, what could people think? My parents were born here. My grandfather was born in Mandera district in 1907. That is 100 years plus from my grandfather. If that cannot make me a Kenyan, and today other Kenyans of other origin were getting their replacement, and I was denied that, I don't see any reason I should call myself a Kenyan, because being a Kenyan means enjoying the opportunities and the resource of this country equally with any other person. If you don't get it, then that alienates you. How does somebody feel that you're going to be given money, a Form 4 leaver with the C+ and above, some of them, is going to fight for a militia miles away from Kenya? I mean, what has triggered that person to have that attitude? What has motivated him to have that kind of sentiment to go and fight far away when he knows what he's going to fight against is not a peremende or something like that? It's a bullet. And one day, he's going to die. But according to him, when you talk to some of them, some of my friends have gone and I speak to them, email them. Some of them are in Mogadishu, some are in other places. You talk to them. I stayed in Kenya for the last 15, 20 years. What do I have to show? Let me talk of the class I go to school. I do journalism. And when I go to class, people see me as a pirate, as a warlord, as a militia, al-shabab. In fact, some call me al-shabab, including my friends, close friends, even though they are joking. So I think if we do not kill that prejudice, if we do not remove that kind of stereotype, paranoia within us, and the people of Northeastern also not to rise up for their rights, they will always remain the way they are, and they will always be denied even the simplest documents like ID just because they look different. If Kenya has to develop, we have to show our commonality. Today, people are talking about building a monument for Obama. Does he need it? When you have people suffering, our province is without roads, our hospitals are nothing but buildings. The internally displaced people are still suffering, sleeping in the cold in refugee camps, displaced within their own country. If we don't look at the dynamics within ourselves, Kenyanism will always be a dream and it will not be realized.